Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have made it into week 10. This first game is not what you want. This is not the game that I want. However, it is going on in Berlin because, again, don't know why they keep doing this to us, but it is what it is. All right. Let's get your questions answered. Sterl, first one to start us off. Thank you so much for joining. Bannon or Washington at the flex? I still like Washington. BTJ being out definitely boosts that quite a bit, so I'm going to continue to roll with it. And they're going to have to throw somebody. I think he offers the most upside for you as well as a safe floor. While I like Finn, the fact that he's been dealing with injury makes me a little more nervous for it. C Plank, good morning. Watson or DeMarcado? I'm assuming that's Christian Watson. I don't know. No, I like either of them. I'd probably go Watson just because Golden's out, but it's still iffy at best for me. Let's see. Ravens or Browns defense from Chad. Currently, I think I have the Ravens higher, but let me double check. I lied. It's the Browns. Have the Browns 3 spots higher. So, gonna stick with the Browns. That dude named Billy. Good morning. Full PPR. Pick 2 for flex. Devonta. I'm guessing it's Smith, Rashad White, Laporta, Monangai. It's half. I think I'm still going to go. I think I'm going to go Smith and White. God, it's close with White and Monangai. You know what? I'm just going to say forget it. I'm going to go Smith and Monangai. Josh, welcome in. Full PPR flex, Vidal, Tez, Slayton, or Watson. Just picking one. I'm going to go Tez. I would drop Watson for Parker, Washington, because I do think Washington has more long-term value. Meanwhile, Watson's just such hit or miss every week with the different players going on, so it's tough. David, good morning. Shakir, Slayton, Kamara, or Tracy. With the weather, don't like any of them now. I like Slayton the most because he gives you the upside of the big play, but if you want to play it safer, I'd maybe go Kamara of them because I don't like Tracy. The weird split with Singletary doesn't help. And then Shakir is just so hit or miss as well. So Tony, good morning. Getson or Addison? Ugh, brutal. I'm going to say Gadsden. If you're wanting more upside, Addison might be it, but I hate this matchup against the Ravens, who have really come on and are healthy again, doing some solid work and trusting JJ in a week 2. Just don't love it. Gadsden's going to be a lot more consistent. As I continue to say, with everybody being hurt for the Chargers, their O-line specifically, that means that the ball has to come out faster, which has given Gadsden quite the bump up. Is he playing Jacoby Fields or Trevor Lawrence? I think it is Brissett. Nope, I lied. It's Fields barely. And it's just terrifying. And the Myers, Shakir, Allen. It's Allen. Stop playing that game. We don't know what Myers is. Shakir's 2 hit or miss. Allen's the one consistent thing, even if it's not great. All right, Tony. Darnold or Mayfield? I still have Darnold higher. Should I drop an on-guy to pick? No. D-man, do not pick up DeMarcado. I know, it's a 1-week thing, and Benson's coming back. I'd much rather have him on-guy. Afternoon, Gus. Allen or Debo? Allen. Worried about Mariota throwing the ball. Yep. It's not so much. So, looking statistically, Mariota and Jaden Daniels have been pretty similar. It's just the fact that Debo's really struggling, and he doesn't have anybody to help him. So it makes me more nervous to trust that, especially when they're playing the Lions. I know the Lions have a bad secondary, but, man, it's tough to trust that Debo's going to be able to break free. All right, D-man, need one. Vital, Jones Sr., or Henderson. I just talked about the tough Ravens defense. I'm probably going to go Henderson, but I really don't like it. I hate how they're using him. They've changed completely how they should be using him, and you should be getting him outside, and they're just not doing that. They're using him too much up the middle, which is more Terrell Jennings. Another name to know. So All right, Travis. Otten, Fannin, Theo Johnson, or Loveland. That's close. I currently have it as, I think Fannon's still the highest. I don't know if after the... Nope, Loveland passed him with the news of Njoku playing. So, gonna be Loveland. Cecilio, pick 3, PPR. Allen, Adunze, Wilson, Moore, Monangai. It's going to be Allen, Moore, and Wilson. Those are the ones I know are seeing targets. I like Adunze, but in a game with the weather being so crappy, the way they're using Moore should benefit quite a bit. I'm not willing to play Vidal this week, but I'm fine with Allen and Ladd because one of them's going to hit and you'll carry the other one. So not too worried about it. Or they both get decent numbers. It's the way that's been working. Scott, good morning. Jones or Marks? It's PPR, so I still have Jones higher, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I have Jones literally one spot higher. So, fine either way. Again, so currently I have... let me see if I can find them real quick. Oops. Currently I have Monangai at... Where did he go? I hate this. Where did I put him? So currently I have him in that same area that I had Swift in, I currently have Swift at 18 and Monangai at 26. So it's pretty close. Scott, Dobbs, or Shaheed? It's probably going to be Dobbs, just because, again, Shaheed, we don't know how they're going to use him right now, and it's just, I'd rather not worry about it. C-Plank, Aaron Jones, Trevion, Vidal, pick 2. It's going to be Jones and Henderson. Again, me trusting Vidal right now in this matchup is not something I want to do. Tamara, morning. It's going to be... Oh, man. I think I'm going to go MHJ and Williams, but golly, that's brutal. Scott, Henry, Otten, Theo. It's Theo. Tony, White, Addison, and Debo at flex. Yep, that's how Pierce does it. A boom bust, and in this game, he just needed that one half, and he gets it all flying by. So, PPR, it's probably Addison still. I think it gives you an upside with an okay floor. Josh Conrad, Parker Ortez, best upside. PPR, I think Washington offers more upside, but I really don't think you go wrong between these two. All right, Tamara, Monangai, JCM, or Shaheed. Then I'm going Monangai. I'm too scared to play Bill. And again, with Shaheed moving, it's too risky for me. All right, Bradley. Good morning. Monty, Swift, or Monangai? It's going to be Swift and Wilson. Like Olave, just fine. He's going to get you a solid number, but the upside just isn't there. Walker, Dobbs, or Andrews? Tamara? Walker. I'm going to go Dobbs there. All right, Trav. Let's see. In a bad spot, would he play Fields? Oh, man. I have to pull my rankings again. Looking at quarterback, I have it as Mariota, Fields, Mills, Jones, and then start 2 between Hunter Henry, K. Dotton, and Shaheed. Ugh. I think at that point I would go Otten and Shaheed and just hope that they have Shaheed running down the field with his arm up because it's brutal. See, playing Flowers or Slayton, it's going to be Flowers. All right, we're at the point that nobody's asking any questions. So if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. We'll be answering questions up until kickoff. And of course, we have a full allotment of shows for you to watch. Still going on, I know. Also, for a majority of you who are on Sleeper, this is your last week. You have until tomorrow to get any trades through. So you have to remember that if you're wanting to get trades done, they have to be done by tomorrow. I think it's kickoff or end of game, one of the two. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing any trades. And if you're looking for an upside play, a name that, because of everybody else is hurt, I'm going to go with is Tyler Johnson. He's a Jet. I do think he offers some upside with Wilson. They need somebody else to throw to, and I think he is still the one. I still like May. I have him 4 spots ahead of Dart. So, Mayor Herbert, still have May, just barely. That's 1 spot. They're separated by Hurts. So, pretty easy there. If you're looking at potential tight ends to stream, I mean, I still have Jawan pretty high up there as an option for you. I have him ahead of Theo Johnson, just barely. Ertz is in that same kind of category. Andrews is right there. Schultz is a little further down, but becomes definitely more iffy. You're welcome. Happy to help. Well, this game is going crazy. This is one of the reasons I just absolutely hate these early games. It's because it just is so iffy on who's going to win. Like, it shouldn't be even close for in this game, and yet the Falcons are hanging in. All right, Tony. Monongai, Swift, Henderson, Gadsden. It's going to be Swift. I think I go both Bears running back and Gadsden. Yeah. If you're chasing upside, I'd go Henderson, but man, it's so risky. I trust Monongai more, which is also terrifying to say because I'm just assuming they're going to have to use both of them to get anything moving. Frank Rod, Tracy or Jones? Oh, that's a question. I currently have Tracy at 23 and Jones at 27. So it's going to be Tracy. Sion, need 1 running back. It's going to be Swift, also 2 at wide receiver and flex. It'll be, probably Collins and Moore. If you want more upside, I'd probably go Addison instead of Moore, just because that game is going to be weird. Tamara, all good. I still pretty sure I have Darnold higher. Let me double check for you. Yes, I still have Darnold 4 spots higher. Angela, good morning. Caleb or Stafford? I have them back to back, but I have Stafford just edging him out. And I think I dropped him due to the weather. So, yeah, yo mama, choose between Swift and Monongai. I have Swift higher, but it does make me nervous. So I have them both as, well, Monongai is a flex. He just is barely out of RB2 at running back 26. So, easy peasy. So who else scored? So Taylor, of course, has 2 touchdowns. Doesn't surprise me. Pierre says, hasn't changed since the first. Oh, Warren's going to be the first one to actually get double digits. All right. For tight end against the Falcons. London looks good. Pitts is doing as expected. Ooh. Come on, Bijan. We need you to do more. All right, Sparky. Goff or Hurts. It's Hurts. And then tight end trying to fill for Kraft. Otten, Fannin. I have Loveland as my option for this week. I know that Komet's back, but we saw him get knocked out again. And I'm just worried about that. So, I still think Loveland, they're going to move forward with Loveland just because younger, healthier, more talented currently. So, I have Fannin right next to him if you prefer that, but Musgrave I don't believe is the answer. Jeff, what's up? Jones or Jordan Mason the flex? PPR, it's gonna be Jones. Am I worried about it? Yeah. Which is also why I don't have him as a starting running back too. So you have that working for you, I guess, unfortunately. Sion, you're welcome. Good luck. All right. Whoops. All right, Frank. Vidal, Sharp, or Mason? I think I have Sharp the highest. It's close between Sharp and Vidal here. It is actually Vidal. Barely. So, afternoon. Who do you have in half point? Tet. Oh. I still think you have to go with Tet. I hate that injury. Because all it's going to take is him getting hit once. If you're more worried about that, I then have Monangai in a spot that you're able to use him. So he'd be the next option for me. Seaplank, Lamade, or Watson. I think I have Zacchaeus higher. Just because I literally have him back to back with Zacchaeus one spot higher. So it's really a coin flip on that one. Morning, Daniel. Double checking as usual. Okay. Pick 3. It's Swift. Do I have Tracy or Monangai higher? It's definitely Swift. Then. Oh. Just barely. It's Swift, Tracy, and Debo. Jeff, Fannin, or Njoku. I have Fannin. Daniel, Henderson, or Tracy. Then I have Henderson. Barely. Yeah. I had Jones rated pretty low for that reason, unfortunately. It's not so much to do with that. It's just the flight and the fact that I thought they were going to win this pretty easily. Now, well, it's short term. I guess I could see where they're at. Well, the good news is the Falcons are potentially going to score, which could make Jones have to throw. I'm guessing that's a 2-minute warning that they're at. All right. All good, Frank. Always going to be here. You know, the schedule. Angela, pick 1. Allen, Bam, Charbonnet, Tez. It's going to be, that will be more dependent on you. So I would go Tez Johnson because I think there's a lot more upside, and Allen could let you down. However, Allen is in a game that they're going to have to throw. And so if you believe in that, that'd be how I'd lean. I'm sticking completely away from the running backs because both of them aren't anything reliable. So, like Tez for the upside, Allen really offers it, but it's so risky. Michael, morning. Smith or Washington? Washington. Oops. Jones or Kamara? Oy. Think it is. It's Jones, barely. Goff or Dart? That's a good one. I think it's Goff as of. Nope, it's still Dart, barely. Tamara, Knicks or. Oh. Well, Knicks already played, so if you played Knicks, you're kind of stuck. But I had Knicks higher. Not that that meant a whole lot. RPSD, Bo Nix or drop for McCarthy. I agree. It's just I don't trust McCarthy. I've seen both sides of him, and I don't know which one's real. So I'd much rather roll with Knicks. I know that's terrifying to say, but it's who I'd much rather go with. This is his worst week in fantasy since I think week 1. Yeah, yo mama. Of them, I am going to go, I think it's Marks. It is Marks. So. Lana Dunze, there we go. That's all fine. Devontae, fine. I mean, you're probably not moving anything. Odunze's the riskiest thing out there. And the only thing I would potentially do is trade him out for White, and I don't think that's any safer. So I'd just go with Odunze there, Billy. All right, Scott, Njoku, Schultz, Jawan. Daniel, forgot Diggs. Okay, so that goes to Swift, Diggs. Wasn't Tracy in this one? I think it goes Swift, Diggs, and Debo. Okay, Tamara, yeah. If that's the case, it is Goff. Yeah, that's going to happen to a lot of people. RPSD, let's see. Need 2. DeMarcado, Singletary, Terrell Jennings. Woof. I'm going to go Jennings and Singletary. Gabriel, good morning. Pick 2. Addison, Marvin Harrison, or Travis Etienne. Think it's... Actually, I have to go to Flex for this, because I think I have Harrison the highest here. Harrison, then... Addison, and then... Where is it? And Etienne is... I hate when my eyes don't work in the morning. Man, I have them all really close to each other. Harrison, and then Etienne, because I'm playing it safe. Got to see more from JJ. All right, Ty, let's see. Going back to Tet. No. I mean, because, again, I'm looking at PPR and who's likely to get you the safest number. And of them, I think it's Tet with the targets. Walker is so hit or miss. He's going to potentially fall in the end zone, and that'll save your week. But he's sitting around at 5 or 6. And if he falls in the end zone, you can get an 11. Tet, meanwhile, you're looking at probably 5 targets, which already said 2 out of 5. And Monangai, with Swift there, it's just iffy. So you really need an injury for him to have a lot of value or him to score, which they have been putting him in the goal line. So you have that opportunity. But even then, his upside currently is probably at that same area of 8, 9, 10. So I think Tet offers you the safest floor with the most upside if he goes for any additional yardage outside of the catches. All right, James. Pick 2. Tez, Otten, Loveland. It's going to be Johnson and Loveland. Happy to help. You're welcome. Gabriel, Jordan, Jennings, or Demont. I'm still going to go Jennings in PPR. Wait, I guess I should clarify. I'm assuming this is Juwan Jennings, and if it is Terrell Jennings, then I would go Montgomery. So, make that clarification just in case, because it could go either way. Frank Rod, Dobbs from Non-Guide, Dobbs. We saw him get the uptick when Kraft went out. I'm just don't think that goes away, especially now Golden being out. It's the one thing that Love can count on. RPSD, Chuba, DeMarcado, Singletary. Singletary, but I don't like any of that. If you're looking for a flex, Tyler Johnson. Still going to go back to it. Yeah, yo mama. Okay. Bill, Mason, Monangai. I think it's still Monangai. Yep, it's Monangai. All of it is iffy. All right. Well, Falcons got their score, and now the Colts are moving back. Already at, what was it, 40-yard line? So they... Oh. We might be seeing overtime in Berlin here, folks. Rob better add for week 11. Hunter Henry, Fannin, or Njoku? Fannin is who I have ranked the highest. Just trust that a little more. Even with Njoku playing, you don't love any of it. Oh no. Woof, don't like that. All right. Well, this game got interesting. That big sack just is moving them back. All right. Well, push them out of field goal range for sure. They're now at their 40. That's not ideal. All righty. Let's see. Any other questions, please get them asked. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see all of our shows. As you can see, we got a full variety. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and, of course, Sunday. We got you covered, answering questions, going over injuries, all of that good stuff. Should be no surprise that we are trying to do what we can to help you out. Ooh. They're going to have to go for it on 4th and 2. Jones with a scramble. Gets all of it back almost and almost gets a first down. 18 seconds, though. That's not a whole lot to play with. If it was me, I would fake a handoff and try and get a dump off to Warren, but I'm expecting a lot of pressure for 2 yards. Even downs. I mean, he hasn't really targeted downs at all this week. So what? Seeing 4 targets? Nope, 2 targets. He's seeing 2 targets. Give that man a target. The fact that they aren't using their freaking wide receivers is crazy. If you guys have questions, get them asked. All right, RPSD. Vidal, Tracy, or Jones. Of them, I have Vidal the highest because he's the one starting and has the full job. And then Daniel, Tracy, or Shakir. I'm going with the thing that I know in Tracy. It's not ideal. Oh, got the first down. This game is crazy. All right. This is just how it is, unfortunately. All right. If we're looking at other potential pickup and plays over at wide receiver, again, I'm going to bring up Tyler Johnson. I still really like him as an option. Widely available. If you're looking for potential stashes, Tillman was activated, so that's something else. I'm curious to see how that works out. Who else do I like? Kirk looked like he's going to play. That'll be interesting to see how they end up working him back into this. And then with everything else going on, it's kind of gone quietly under the radar. But Jalen Lane is another potential player to just keep an eye on. They lost Luke McCaffrey to the collarbone break, and so it's something to definitely watch. That could be a big player for you. They also mentioned using Devon Vele more in New Orleans, which, again, I'll believe it when I see it because he's not Shaheed. Shaheed's a significant upgrade over Vele, but they clearly think that he is something. So with that in mind, definitely worth keeping an eye on him as a player individually. I'd also be looking, if you have space, to hold an IR spot. Would be looking for Benson still. I would guess that after another week of him being inactive, people are tossing him out the window. All right, looks like Colts are going to kick. Well, I'm going to try and score so this game could be over, but they're at 4th and 6. So, yeah. Field goal is all tied up. We're going into overtime, more than likely in Berlin. All right, Frank Rod. Guillotine League, pick 2. Hall, Camaro, Mark, Shakir, Moore. It's going to be Hall and Moore. Yep, that was the worry. Phil bonus. Olave, Walker, Dobbs, Henderson. Guessing I'm just picking one of those. Of them, I'm going to go Dobbs. And then pick one. Otten over Theo Johnson. No, I'd play Theo. So, easy peasy for me. All right, Daniel. Let's see. Moore, Monty, or Nungai. Oof. At that point, I still think I have... Yeah, it's Moore. Would I drop Bo Nix for Flacco? I mean, if you want to, Flacco's going to have to throw it, but we've all seen him get beat up, so you also have that risk. He's a 40-year-old playing football, so it just takes a couple of hits, and as we've said in the past, that O-line is really bad. So the fact that he is staying upright is massive, but you keep seeing him get hit more and more, and that's all it's really going to take. Daniel, Etienne, or Tracy? It's Etienne still. Alrighty, let's see. I'm trying to think of what else, if there's any big players. Oh, if you're looking for a kicker with Gano being out, with Fairbairn being out, the first player I would actually go to is Harrison Mevis. He is the Rams kicker. I currently have him as my 8th kicker for this week. I would then go Matthew Wright, who is the Texans kicker. And then after that, I would go to Chad Ryland, who is the Cardinals kicker. So that's kind of where I'm looking for a kicker to replace any of those. I have them rated the highest, all top 15 kickers there. Frank Rod, Stafford or Goff? Ooh, I think it's Goff. Yep, it's Goff. Have him by just a little bit. All right, Alex. Tracy, Mason, McMillan, Junte. Which one sits? Mason. Mason sits. Not messing with that at all. So, alrighty here. Man, I just want to see the end of this game. And of course, it's nothing. They are just wanting to go into overtime, which I don't like. All right, Daniel. Ooh, moving into defenses. Rams, Steelers, Bucks, Bills, Bears, Eagles. It is the Bills that I have the highest of that group. Cecilio, Browns, Panthers, Rams. I have the Browns the highest of that group. So, don't think you go wrong with either of those. Though, with Rams being still in the top 12, barely. Dolan, pick 2. Well, pick one. Swift or Henderson? It's Swift. And then Addison or Shaheed? It's Addison because we don't know what Shaheed's going to be doing yet. So, makes it a lot tougher to answer that. Bills or Panthers? Daniel, that is going to be the Bills. Alrighty, let's see. Anything else? I felt like I touched on a lot of things. If you're also, I like the Texans a lot. I have them as my 3rd highest ranked defense this week. Still high on the Ravens, even though this is a little bit more difficult matchup. Panthers are up there at 8. 9, right behind the Rams. Jaguars are up there. Bears and Patriots, all in top 12 for me. So, precise. Tet or Johnson, it's going to be Tet. Not trusting QJ without our offensive tackle without the Chargers having Joe Alt or Rashawn Slater for the rest of the year, QJ just kind of goes further and further down the list, unfortunately. Pardon me. Oh, don't know why I didn't pull him. I thought I had him out already. Okay, Matthew, Tet no longer questionable. It's still going to be Tez for me. Mostly because it will only take one hit, and that really ends up hurting his value. And I think Tez offers a lot more upside. So it makes it a lot easier for me to trust that. There he is. And I got, of course, move Stevenson up now. Don't like that. All right. Daniel, Andrews, or Kincaid. I still have Kincaid extremely high. So it's going to be Kincaid. Pips, what's up? Been a minute. Hall, Gadsden, or Etienne. Oh. Hall I have at 15. Etienne is lower than that. If it's PPR, I'm going to go Gadsden. Otherwise, I think I would then go Hall if it's standard. Even half, I think, still leans to Gadsden. So it really is depending on what you need there. Bibbs. Jeffrey, let's see. Or Goffrey, whichever way you prefer it. Houston or Seattle. Oh, I think I have, yeah, it's Houston. Houston's up there. I have him as my third best defense this week. Barely. I still like Seattle. The rest of the season is still pretty good. So I'm really willing to just run out with the Seattle if you have to drop one or the other. Daniel, Woody, or Jacoby? Because Jacoby switched teams, I'm going to stick with Marks, unfortunately. And then Chaz, Monty, or Tracy. That's a good one. I think it's still Tracy, but I'll double check for you. I currently have... Oh my gosh, they're back to back. It's Montgomery by a single spot. Daniel Moore, Darnold, or JJ? It's Darnold. You guys can't convince me not to play Darnold, unfortunately. I like him too much. Granted, there are other players, so you'd have to list off Dart, Herbert, Hurts, May, Jackson, or Allen for me to not play Darnold. I have him right next to Goff. Ahead of Daniel Jones, ahead of Stafford, ahead of Williams. I am going Darnold. I am one of the few people who is sold on Darnold. And when he and Shaheed get some more time together, I'm guessing probably 3-4 weeks, depending on how fast Shaheed pulls up the playbook, Shaheed's going to end up being a Pierce-like player for Darnold. So, RPSD, let's see, Wandale, Gadsden, or Henderson. I'm pretty sure it's still Wandale. I think Robinson gives you the safest play here. Yeah, I still have Wandale at 19. But if you are wanting more upside, it's fine to go with Gadsden. Again, Herbert's going to have to throw it and have to get rid of it quick. So Gadsden, McConkey, Allen are all those kind of guys. Those are the ones who are over the 20% mark. So Tier, Hurts or Dart? It's Hurts. Bips, am I playing Baker over Caleb? I literally have them back to back. The issue for Baker is just his weapons. So I'm going to go Caleb, but it is risky. Chaz, you're welcome. Okay, defense, I'm looking at Seattle, Jacksonville, Houston. Houston, it's the highest. But I'll tell you the rankings. I have Houston at 3, the Jaguars at 10, and where's Seattle? What the heck? I can't see. Oh, just kidding. It's actually Seattle. I have Seattle, Texans, and then the Jags. So Xavier, PPR for flex. Johnson or Marks? Marks. I'm terrified of Johnson. I'm not playing it. You can't make me. Tier, Sweater Harrison Jr. I think it's half. That's close. I think at that point, the push goes to Swift because it's a half PPR. And then at tight end, it's Fanon by 3 spots. Morning, Joe. Had Bijan Pittman and Pitts. Woof. I'm sorry. You're going to go Tez. He offers the most upside, but I'm also not willing to trust up Bam. I mean, it's too risky. There's too many other things moving. I just can't bring myself to do it. Daniel, it's all good. It's going to be Diggs, Devo, and Swift. Your first 3. Just makes it easy. Utmost, what's up? Need to pick one for upside. Mason, Mari, Bam. Oh my gosh, I don't like any of these for upside. Let me move to running back again. I have Mason the highest. Yeah, I have Mason the highest of that group. So, don't like it. Walter, Singletary, Kamara, Tillman, Pat? Washington? Dobbs, need one wide receiver. I'm not sure who Pat is. I would go Dobbs and Parker, Washington. I'm excited for Tillman to be back. I'm just very curious to see if he gets any targets. Them switching quarterbacks have really made me more nervous, but I am hopeful. But have to see it first. All right, Daniel Ward, Njoku or Mason? It's half. I'm going to go Njoku because of the two, I think he's more likely to score. You're welcome. Good luck. RPSD, Hawkinson or Jawan? It's Jawan. You know that. You too. Good luck, Utmost. All right. Oh my gosh, we're getting so close to kickoff. I have to wait all day to watch the Chargers, which I don't like at all. But it is what it is. Alrighty. Okay, that's what I thought you were talking about, Walter. But yeah, it's going to be Parker Washington and Dobbs. I think they give you safe floors with upside. Really benefits your team. So. Oh. Packers or Jets? Okay, let me pull my defensive rankings. Let's see. So looking at the Packers and Jets, I have the Packers at 21 and the Jets. Do I not have the Jets on there? And the Jets at 14. So I'm going to play the Jets. So fine dropping the Packers for him. This is not an ideal matchup, and the Packers have been kind of lost. So, all right, Xavier. I like Loveland a lot. I think the upside's there. I like how Williams has been playing. This game is another good game for Loveland in my mind. So, or I can drop Stafford and play Darnold. I'm also fine dropping Stafford, but it really depends on who you have to drop to pick up Loveland. I'd much rather just only carry one tight end and move with Loveland moving forward, but understand if you don't want to do that. All right, D-Man, need one. Ertz or Otten? It's going to be Ertz for me. I am not as high as everybody else is on Otten. That is for sure. Did I miss him being out? I guess I'm just... All right. T. Johnson. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Theo. And if that's the case, it will be Loveland. So it's really up to you on that one. That is so weird. Why isn't he popping up as out on rankings? Okay, well, that's odd. I'll just drop him out of there. Okay. Sean, good morning. Odunze, AJ Brown, JMO, Johnson, start 2. I'm going to go Brown and Odunze. God, I don't like that. Sorry, Sean. Walter, you're welcome. One more spot. Kamir, Singletary, or Tillman? It is currently... Depends on what you need. I have Kamara as an RB30, who is above Singletary barely, who's 32, and then Tillman. Again, I just have to see Tillman with Gabriel to see if there's any big things, but it's tough for me to trust it. All right, Nathan. Good afternoon. Full PPR need a RB and a flex. So to Vidal, it's going to be Swift. And then Allen. I really just don't like the matchup for Vidal. Sorry, man. You're definitely in the group of they either go off or they're bad with that group, unfortunately. Sorry, I forgot Dalton. Oh, at that point, Daniel, I'd go Kincaid. Frank Rod, Montgomery, or Mungai. It's Montgomery. Ooh, 13 minutes. Good news is for people who have, golly, Tyler Warren's getting it put to work now. Good news for people who have Daniel Jones is he's potentially going to throw you another touchdown. This overtime is a massive boost. Should be he's over 255 yards. That's at least one bonus usually. He has a touchdown, which helps. And then the rushing, he has 53 yards. That's an additional 5 points. That's putting you pretty solid, which is kind of what you're hoping for. I just wish it didn't take it till overtime for you to see it. If you guys have questions, please ask them, and remember to like and subscribe. We still are doing roster resolutions. However, for Sleeper, this is the last week for them. I think it's at kickoff tomorrow. It's either at kickoff or at the end of the game. Your trade deadline closes. So make sure you check your individual league to see when that is, because if you're not trading and you need more, completely understand. Yeah, I don't want to be too worried about that. I think it's going to be that they both get a lot of work, honestly. This is a game that they're going to have to both likely carry a decent amount, which is also why I have him lower than I normally would. And the fact that we weren't even sure he was playing. So, all that, I mean, to bring it up in safer context, okay? Would you rather play Swift or Henderson? Because that's going to be, for me, it's still going to be Swift. Montgomery or Swift? Again, it's still going to be Swift. Montgomery's a second back. We're not sure. Tyrone Tracy, again, talking about people who split. Kenneth Walker, Rashad White, like all of that stuff is below Swift currently. And he's right next to Vidal and Etienne, like that, who have tough matchups in the run game. So you're at that point that you kind of have to roll with it, unfortunately. Yeah. So Henderson is scary. That's part of why I'm nervous about it. Because they aren't using him well, and Terrell Jennings is the one they're using to try and score. They aren't getting him out on the edge, which is really hurting Henderson. Henderson is good in space. So you either need to find a big hole for him, like it needs to be something that I could run through, or you have to get him on the edge quick. Because if he's just sent through the line, he's not the guy to do that. That's Terrell. Which is also why you like Stevenson more. What the heck? Okay. Well, they scored. Nope, they took it away. Alrighty. Let's see. Well, we have 10 minutes, so if you guys have any questions, now's your time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I am surprised that this game is still going on. We might actually be done here before this game's over. Oh, no, they scored. Just kidding. Oh, barely. Is that a third one for Taylor? Yep. Jonathan Taylor, 244 yards, 3 touchdowns. Should not be surprised at all. That's insane. Alrighty. All right, Frank, Shaheed, or Hunter. Just because we don't know, I'm going to go Henry, but I really don't like that. I mean, I want to trust Shaheed, but it's his first week. He is going to have limited plays. I mean, even Myers is in that same kind of area. So it's iffy. You're welcome, Daniel. Hopefully it works out. It's been very interesting. This whole thing, lately, there's been just some weird teams going on, weird plays, weird how everything's working. I'm just not a big fan of it. But it is kind of looking like my guy Alec Pierce is going to be something for a while now. You might actually be starting him as an option for you moving forward. So, all right, we have 8 minutes until kickoff. If you guys have questions, please get them asked. I will try and answer them as quickly as I can. But with the end of this game, I'm guessing that most people are in a situation they are chasing upside. So I'll likely answer in that fashion. Oh, no. Didn't mean to do that. Good news is I don't think anybody's really watching. So real tempted to just bounce off and let you guys be. There is some awfully interesting stuff. So talked about Tyler Johnson being something to potentially play. If you're looking for depth, speaking of things that you want to potentially stash, Brenton Strange is another one. He should be coming available in the next couple weeks. Well, yeah. 3 touchdowns, 244 yards, and I think it was 3 catches for 30 yards. So that doesn't surprise me at all. You should have known, man. That's just how it works. JT, that's part of the reason we don't like Daniel Jones as much, is he is very much into running the ball. If they have a great run game, he does well. Issue is that also means that he isn't rushing it in, and of course, he's not throwing them. So definitely not ideal. For sure. All right. Well, there's nothing else. I'm still going to sit here for another 5 minutes, but there's not a whole lot to get answered to help you guys in any way, shape, or form. So I think everything else is up in the air. But again, if you're looking for stashes, Tyler Johnson potentially, Brenton Strange, make sure you have your handcuffs because you definitely want those. I'm kind of curious about Chris Rodriguez to see how that ends up turning out. I have him pretty high currently compared to other people because who knows? If they actually do a hot hand approach, he could be something. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that they mentioned Tesla, but I'm not willing to trust that yet. I have to see it. Again, I'm very curious about Tillman, but it's still just so iffy because of the quarterback change. There's just too many other things that are things to watch. Tight end, there's nothing super out there. Sanders has kind of just been dropped off a cliff, which you don't like. man, there's like nothing that is super exciting. I'm still going. If you're looking at the Steelers tight ends, I'm still probably going to go with Darnell Washington as the guy who gets the bump, just because again he's the one who they seem to like the most. He's the big blocking tight end. They consistently use him, and so he's out there on the field. Freiermuth is close, but again, just because of the upside for him, these are all very deep options. But another good game from Washington could be massive for you. Sven, what's up? You barely made it in. I'm literally just talking to myself. So Brissett or Mac Jones this week? It is Brissett barely. He's gonna have to throw. Kyle, Wandale, or Wilson? Guessing that's Garrett Wilson. And I still think I have Wandale higher. I have Garrett Wilson at 27 and Wandale at 19. So, Blake, Fields, or Brissett? Oy. At that point, it is Fields. Also terrifying. Things just terrify me. Justin Fields. Kyle, Tet, or Tez? Tez. I'm too worried about Tet getting re-injured. I'm not willing to play that game. So, it's too risky. I don't want to put you in that position. So, definitely not the ideal start for your team. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Things of note. Shouldn't be any surprise. Oops, I have two more cut lower than I expected. Still setting that. See, I'm trying to get my lineup set now. I've helped everybody else and actually have quiet time. Yeah, I still don't think I'll play him over Bill, but not that much more. All right, get everything published. That's publishing out. If you guys have questions, please get them asked. Don't forget, I will be available throughout the day on Fantasy Life and Discord. If you're there, make sure you ask. I'll gladly help you. But, man, there are some players out there that are just frustrating. So, shouldn't be too crazy. Let's see. Looking at the lines, players that you're probably looking to play include or games that you're targeting should be, for example, Ravens and Vikings. Surprisingly, Ravens are 4.5-point favorites. I'm going to take the under on the 48.5 and the Ravens to win by the 4.5. Bills and Dolphins are 9.5 and a 50.5 over under. That 50.5 seems high as well. I'd be very surprised if they surpass that. Cardinals and Seahawks, that's about right. The Seahawks line's a little big for me at 6.5, almost a full touchdown. Over under 45.5. Based on their defense, I'd probably go under. Rams and 49ers, 49.5. Lions and Commanders, 49.5. Yeah, these are just, there's too many potential high-scoring games for you. I mean, technically they had this game as high-scoring, and it ended up going over thanks to overtime. I mean, they pushed it to overtime, otherwise the under would have been 47, which would have been it. It's crazy. So, all right. Well, everybody, good luck in Week 10. I will see you all tomorrow for the Waiver Wire show. Remember, as always, to have a good luck. Be nice to each other. Make sure not to call anybody out on any social platform for their poor play. And remember, as always, keep up with the nonsense. We'll see you guys. Have a good Week 10.